Hi Coach, I'm Hannah, and in this video, we are gonna create a marketing strategy that feels like you just living life. Because I know how heavy and hard it can feel to take on another copywriting course or try to figure out the new templates for, what content's gonna work. And I'm honestly hearing crazy things about content creation in 2024 as part of a marketing strategy. Like some of my girlfriends are like renting Airbnbs to do some big launch shoot, or they're hiring local people to come over to their house and videotape them driving their car out of the driveway. And it's like not just like dancing on TikTok and doing those crazy things, but now like bending over backwards to create marketing assets that is a whole nother investment, a whole nother just like thing that they have to do that literally takes days out of their calendar. And there is a better way. I've always been someone who leads with lifestyle. My business is in order to support and fuel my most amazing life. I'm not the type of person who wants to rent an Airbnb for my business. I want to do that to be present with my family. So there is a better way. And we have to think about creating a marketing strategy from the place of knowing ourselves, from being in integrity, from a place of alignment. Because what I want for you is to set up this sort of evergreen lead generation marketing strategy machine that isn't a big project, that isn't a big heavy task on your Asana every single week, but can literally be you showing up and shining, being in your zone of genius, sharing your brilliance. Marketing shouldn't feel like this whole other project. There is a way for you to just show up and shine. But we burn ourselves out and we forget that it can be easy, and we forget to like exude who we actually are when we go to just do the marketing stuff. So hear me when I say you're likely, just like me, worrying about the wrong things when you think about your marketing strategy. If you're trying to do all the things like host your weekly podcast and email your list and get a selfie for your social media manager and pitch yourself to other people's podcasts and think about hosting some big event or some big summit and making sure all of your people know how to like tell their LinkedIn audience about you, and just like the volume of tasks that come from the marketing initiatives that you've been testing or trying out over the years can be streamlined by this simple strategy, this approach to marketing. And coming from this place of creating a strategy that is fueled by you and your natural way of being and the way that you live life, as opposed to contorting and conforming yourself into some, marketing guru's blueprint or checking the boxes for getting X number of posts out every single week. We need to first come from our place of self-awareness and knowing how we flow, how we create. Because I know you, Coach, and you have got dozens of amazing things that you have downloaded, that you've created, from your ebooks to inspired podcast episodes you've recorded, to checklists and workbooks and modules and meditations, and so many things that you have just naturally created over the years, and the value that just sits on your desktop because you're not thinking about it as a marketing strategy. You're thinking about marketing as a task, and you're checking the boxes and you're getting the post out and you're sending the email and you're hosting the event and you're doing your homework from your business coach, but it's still feeling heavy and hard, and you still haven't found the way to like be consistent and have this be sustainable in a way that feels in alignment, that feels authentic to how you want to show up and share. So in order to get people to find and consume and say yes to all those good things you've already created from a place of inspiration and alignment, your freebies, your resources, the marketing assets that already exist, we need more people to know about you. And here's the biggest problem I see. Before I even give you the marketing strategy, before we even talk about what this is going to look like in your day-to-day life, let me just share with you how I'm seeing it currently. Like I said, all these marketing tasks and these things that just keep you busy. It's like if you had a brick and mortar business and you owned the business and you were the person who wanted people to come on in and consume more of your good stuff and pick things up off the shelves and ask you, how do I pay for this? Can I buy this? How do we work together? Except for most of us are hanging out on the front stoop, sweeping. Every single day, we're out there sweeping. We're posting, we're sending selfies, we're posting. We do a video, we go live. We're sweeping. We're out on that front stoop. and our brick and mortar, our actual business is behind us with crickets inside. Can you see what I'm saying? Can you kind of see that in you? If you've been hustling on marketing tasks, just getting stuff done, putting out the facade, making your posts, and just you're busy out there worrying about marketing tasks, sweeping your front stoop. And meanwhile, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, this is kind of like feng shui. I'm like sweeping all of this stuff up, and magically there's gonna be a tour bus that just comes on by, and they're gonna see this beautiful stoop that I've created, and magically just cohorts of people are gonna jump out of the bus into my business. Except for if you've been doing that for a while, and you've just been posting and praying, and you've just been sweeping your front stoop, and there haven't been those cohorts, and there haven't been those magical waves of clients to help you hit the big income goals that you have, then it's time for an identity shift. Before I can even give you the marketing strategy about how to make this feel like it's your life and have it be just this machine that's working for you even when you're on vacation, we first need to have an identity shift before we get the tactics. You know this from your coaching. You teach people this, I'm sure, right? It comes from the believing, from the being, from the vibing before then taking the actions. So we need to have an identity shift that marketing is not a task. It is a way of being. Write that down. Now I'm gonna show you how we step into that. And I'm gonna talk you through how I do this personally. And with everything that I share and teach and ask of you and my clients, I always want you to remember that there's a caveat in that you are to Hannah-ify or Madison-ify or Stephanie-ify the things that I teach, because marketing is only going to work when it comes from you and it's in alignment and it's true. So let's talk about how we start to show up to this new way of being our marketing. Here's the big hack, okay? When you are in your zone of genius, when you are coaching, when you are speaking, when you are writing, we are now adding just a little note in our head that we want to take note of the common themes of what's happening in your actual work. I see this all the time with coaches where we literally wear two different hats. It's like, okay, now I'm the coach and I'm in here working with clients and this is one language that I speak. Now I'm going to take this to marketing and I suddenly have a totally different accent and I'm using all these different words. And there's value in that, right? You're talking to different types of people. But from the perspective of knowing that your marketing can come from within and it can just feel like your life, I want you to start using your client interactions to inform your marketing strategy. So by the way, who is the person sweeping the stoop? That is not a queen CEO. Where is the queen CEO in that setup? If you were to have a brick and mortar or like a franchise that you wanted people to walk on into and you were the CEO, you are on a beach in the Maldives. You are not sweeping the front stoop. Queen CEOs, visionaries, they are the ones thinking about how to solve big problems for their customers. What's the big initiative? What's the leading edge of where our industry is going? How do we get these solutions to more and more people? That's where our mental real estate should be as queen CEOs, as visionaries, not just how do I get this post out? What do I do in my marketing today? Sweep, 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 staying busy out in front of our business and not actually in the position or the identity that we are meant to be, that our businesses need of us. And when you're out there, you're missing all the foot traffic, you're missing all the phone calls back in the office, you're missing all of the Google inquiries, you are just busy and in the weeds. So let's pull you out and get you into the position of true CEO status. So here's how we do it. When you are in your zone of genius, in your sparkle, I want you to make a little plug in your brain, a little note to document the breakthroughs. And you might have systems for figuring out how clients are doing or tracking client wins. But every single week, I want you as a CEO to just take a note, truly document what breakthroughs are happening. I'm sure you see themes, right? You might host a Q&A and everyone's talking about money this week. Or man, this same client question keeps coming up. Or oh my gosh, everyone in my mastermind is talking about this thing today. Start taking note of those things. Because again, this is what a queen CEO does. They're leading edge, they're on the pulse, they understand what it is people need and are talking about. And you're doing this subconsciously. Now I just want you to bring it to your consciousness and every single week be in tune, write down, document what are the themes, what's happening, what's important right now to my people. Because those are the things that you are going to jump into marketing with. You no longer have to sit in the blank Google Doc document or someone else's copywriting template or, so-and-so's checklist about getting 30 posts out this month. You simply have to be in the work, be in your zone of genius and document what's happening this week. Then we get marketing inspired from within. This is already part of your life. Document those themes. Then when you see the problem or you hear this recurring thing, then pull a solution from that library of freebies that you have, or even from your own program. Pull a solution, pull a resource, pull something that's actually going to help your ideal clients with said issue or topic or theme for the week. So again, you're already in your zone of genius coaching, you're hearing what's happening for your people, then you're thinking to yourself, what do I have that helps them with that? What's the worksheet? What's the piece of my module? What chapter? What talk have I given that can help them with this topic? Again, you already have so much of this stuff and great resources created. It's just about putting it together. And again, can you see how this just feels like life? You naturally are doing this already. Then you're going to sit in front of a camera and talk just like this. And you're gonna record a couple of reels, a couple of short videos. You can even repurpose them here to YouTube as shorts, talking about this topic, talking about this solution that you have. So let's just say you're a health coach and one week everyone is talking to you about feeling moody and it's a hormone thing. Well, go grab your best recipes to support hormone health. I'm not a health coach, so I'm just guessing on that. Or maybe you have some other hormone resource that is gonna help people regulate their moods. Okay, so you did the first two things. You listened, you put together a resource. Now you're gonna sit in front of a camera and talk, just like this. Let them know what you know about this. Share 10 minutes for a long form video. That's how I do it, first and foremost, as I record these videos. Then I flip the camera the other way and I sit and talk for about 3 reels about this same topic. So here I am, just sharing maybe even something I might say to a client, which for the purpose of this video is, hey client, you need to think about marketing like a lifestyle, like just naturally something you do every single week, sharing your value, solving problems, giving your unique perspective on things, just like you would do in a group Q&A. Or for your coaching program, show up to marketing the same way. This is how content takes me 1 hour per week, because I've documented what I'm learning that week. Then I pull the resource that helped me solve the problem. Then I sit down and I talk to you all for a few minutes about what I've learned. Then I flip the camera around and I do it in shorter form videos that go to my Instagram or go to LinkedIn or go to YouTube Shorts. And that's it. That's my only job every single week. It's just part of my life. And I take on the identity of a prolific marketer, of a thought leader. And for the weeks that I don't want to come up with a podcast topic or I don't know what resource to share, I ask myself, what does she do? And I tap into that relationship with my higher self, with my CEO identity. And it's time for you to heed this invitation. And if you've been frustrated with what you're putting out and everyone else, like you love their marketing and it looks so good, well, what have they been doing? They've been showing up consistently. This is just like going to the gym, right? We get better every single time we do squats. It feels really good at some point when you get in the groove with it and you're like, yes, it's squat day, right? Yes, it's content day. I get to sit down and shine and share my resources. This is the kind of energy that makes marketing just feel like part of your life. It's an exercise. It shifts you from feeling like I have all these tasks in my Asana, right? I have to get the selfie, I have to record a video, I have to come up with something. No, you're just in the process of sharing your wisdom. And now we have so many places that we can share our wisdom and billions of eyeballs who want it, right? What a time to be alive, and that this can be as simple as listening to what's happening in your life, collecting the resources you naturally have as a coach, and then sitting down and talking to the masses. It gets to be this easy. It makes me giddy because for years I was trying to find a better way. I even quit social media for an entire year because I thought there has to be a better, easier way than trying to keep up with the algorithm and trying to keep up with what's cute and trending. And it just always felt like another thing. And so when I was able to distill it down and stop trying to force myself into other people's copywriting marketing templates or follow everyone else's, how they did it. And I just started to look at what's happening in my life, what's happening in my business. How can I share that? How can this be easy? I spent an entire year, like I said, off of social media asking myself, what if this were easy? And I tested a lot of things. And what I came to find is that this is it. This is the only way to do marketing in 2024 and to be profitable and happy doing it. I reinvented the wheel dozens of times. I created lead magnet after lead magnet, event after event. I was pitching myself. I was trying to do publications. I had multiple podcasts happening. I wanted to find a way outside of social media to still be able to share my message and connect in a genuine, this is what I want to share sort of way. And this is what's working for me in 2024. Instead of just studying, I realized I just needed to surrender and do what my mentors were doing. And that's video. And it's all the time, every week, part of life. So now I know, okay? There is no other option. I'm telling you, I've gone out and I've searched and I have brought my bougie lifestyle and my love for vacation along the way. And it has always been the litmus test for marketing strategies. Is this gonna support the lifestyle that I desire? And events burnt me out, and pitching podcasts burnt me out, and not being on social media, that even burnt me out because I was like, where are the people? They're on social media. They're here. They're using these platforms. Let's not run away from that. Let's not try to reinvent the wheel a dozen times. Let's just do what works in this easy, aligned, authentic way. There is no other option, okay? No matter the platforms, even if they change, we still need to be showing up consistently, solving people's problems, and using our unique voice to get our message out there. Your story, your process, what you're learning and sharing every single week is your most valuable asset. Don't hide it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to put it in other people's frameworks. Show up and talk to the camera. It's not the tasks that are burning you out, it's the approach. It's again, you trying to contort yourself and be all these other things and say it the right way or make sure that your message is, marketing-y enough, when in reality, you just need to show up to the gym, start doing the squats, start talking about what's true, what's real in your life, in your business, with your clients right now. You have to believe that this is a lifestyle, that this is an exercise you're gonna keep showing up to as long as you wanna keep your bone density, right? As long as you wanna keep your business, this is the relationship to show up to. You'll still have other aspects of your life, right? I'm not bringing this camera with me when I'm on date night anymore. I'm not renting Airbnbs to capture this. I'm sitting on my couch at the end of the week talking to you about the big problem I heard, which was coming up with content and finding the time to shoot it and make sure that it's good. It takes an entire day of my week. An entire day? Friends, we can do better. So this is how I do it in 1 hour. I write down the breakthrough from the week. Oftentimes you'll have many, so create a rainy day list, right? For the days that you are maybe on vacation, you don't have a big breakthrough, start just collecting this list of the questions, the problems, the breakthroughs, the ahas that you're having. I'm doing this in real time right now because I'm going through a huge growth in our business. And so every single week I'm like, wow, okay, this is the big lesson. And in fact, I was stressing myself out trying to get ahead. I was trying to batch and it just all felt so heavy and hard, which is my cue, not this way. And so instead of trying to get ahead, I just committed to making this a every single Friday afternoon activity. I reflect on the week, I document my breakthrough, I share with you the resources that helped me solve my own problems, and then I sit down and I talk to the camera. Here first in long form content for about 10 minutes, it goes to YouTube. Then I'm gonna flip the camera and do the same thing for Reels so that my community on Instagram can also get the same access to what I'm learning and the resources. Now, from a marketing perspective, we are talking about the top of our CEO's funnel, which is all about the connecting. Because we need this top of funnel content for people to even see you, for you to be visible. Then we move into the E, which is engaging. And this is where me sharing my resources, like, hey, here's the document that helped me. Hey, here's a 10-minute video on how I broke through this plateau, right? Having those resources to offer, then you're moving into engaging. Then you'll see after my free value, for those of you that this is resonating with and you're like, Hannah, I wanna do it like you. Can your team help me me, make this even easier? Yes, we can. And there'll be an opportunity for you to book a conversation with us. I'm offering, some limited time with me or my team to come in and talk about how to make this work for you. Because just having inspiration and showing up is one thing. But then I'm going to tell you, I send these videos to my editor who makes all these fun, dancy things happen. Then those edited videos go to my VA who posts them on all the platforms with the right SEO titling and the captions that are written for me and all these other things that go around making these videos actually work, right? I just show up and shine. I share what I've been learning that week, and then I send it out to our team at the Feminine Marketing Boutique to real life it. And these are true experts in their zone of genius, right? My virtual assistant, Nikki, loves pushing buttons and putting things out and making sure that everything is scheduled so that after Friday afternoon, I'm not thinking about, I just know the videos go. As a client, as like a product of our service, this is how it feels. I send it to the team. And so same for you. Absolutely don't bend over backwards and try to be a video editor or a virtual assistant or an ad specialist, right? Get those people on your side so that everyone can feel like this is a humming machine. And every single week we are showing up. You are sharing your value. You are sharing resources. People are getting engaged. You're making offers. This is the relationship. This is the routine. And the way that I've created it to suit my lifestyle is to have other experts here next to me. So on our team, we have video editors, we have virtual assistants, we have folks to make engaging conversations and make offers on your behalf. So that Hannah, as a client of our service and as someone who's in this with you, Queen CEOs, truly gets to show up for the content 1 hour per week and watch the sales calls be booked on my calendar. It gets to be this easy. It's leveraging our feminine principles of rising together, collaborating, living in our zone of genius, trusting our divine brilliance, our own alignment with our gifts, and then letting others do the same around us. If you've listened to any of my other content, you know what a proponent I am of delegating, and it's a key part to making this a 1 hour per week game for me. Staying in my zone of genius is only possible by having other people in their zone of genius next to me. So this is how I make marketing feel like a lifestyle, not the one where I'm an influencer in the wild doing crazy sketches out on the streets or documenting what my family's eating for breakfast, but really showing up as the thought leader in a way that is so in integrity for me and protects my energy. So if this is helpful, I want you to start documenting first and foremost those breakthroughs, those weekly topics, then setting aside 1 hour per week to show up and talk to a camera this way, then the other way, and then send it out to your team. And if you want us to help you with honing the message, finding those breakthroughs, leveraging your voice, crafting your personal brand, these are all the things that we do and you can learn more about in the links below at the Feminine Marketing Boutique. Okay? I will see you next week with even more of what we're learning and what you can start implementing to make your dream life your real life and have a business you genuinely love.